What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the one and only Dog Waters, and I come into you today with something special. Now, you on the YouTube, you're gonna get some of this. You're gonna get some of this, but this is really, if you're a member and you've listened to the Onk story, I'm taking a pause in the story just for verification purposes because I've had some people email me, "Oh, I don't believe what you're saying. That's not possible. I think you're making it up, bitch." I ain't lying. That's just not my. I'm not cut from that cloth. So this segment of the interview kind of goes into a lot of the stuff with my partner Onk. Haywood is his name, and it's one of our other friends. I'm not going to say his name because as these people come through, you don't really need to know their names, but you'll know from the story the shit that they're saying it lines up with the story. You know what I'm saying? So you'll have a better understanding because it's lining up with the stories already told and additional stories in it about my man's personality, my personality, the people we hung out, the things that we said, the things that we did. Like it was just wild. It was fun times. Um, it's crazy times, but it was fun times. So here's a segment of this interview talking about Onk. I hope you enjoy it. Peace out.
Oh, like it. All right, Black, I'm good.
I was sitting here reading this news. This bitch says pedophile who shop cop hides in home displaying Trump flag. Homeowner shoots him dead. That's just crazy as fuck. That's wild as fuck. So it's just me and you having a conversation about the shit with Haywood, and going back to the beginning. So let's start with how did you end up meeting Haywood?
Man, I met him when he walked into the dojo where I was training,
What, Red Dragon?
and yeah, Red Dragon, and he came in a little bit after our instructor, who's currently now our instructor, Spider. He was one of Spider's students at the time, so Spider had already visited, and they had basically kicked everybody in the dojo's ass for kickboxing, and so when Haywood came, I was able to recognize who and what he was as another kickboxer visiting. And again, I was the only person to fight and stay fighting all night with him. And from there, we just kept talking and we kept visiting and we kept being, camaraderie and learning the kickboxing. And I stuck with him because I found something that could beat me. So I had to figure out what this was that was able to beat me as good as I am. So I kept working with him and working with him. Then we wound up going out to clubs and stuff. This was back when Whispers was open. We were out there hanging. Found out we liked to dress. So then we started like competing and dressing, and it went on from there.
Yeah, that's way in the '90s, there, bro. That's
Yeah,
way back in the
actually like
'90s.
90,
Should be not.
93,
Yeah,
93. I met him in 1993.
and that's the crazy thing, bro. I try and explain to people that everybody that we ran with actually knows how to fucking fight. It's not like fight. No, motherfucker know how to go.
Oh no, it's a circle of combatants.
Yeah, here's some. You fucking around with this crew. Nobody don't need no weapon. You getting hurt one way or the
But
other.
that reminded me like the night we were in the showcase club with my wife and his sister and her friend. And we in the club, and man, out of nowhere, so these Marines must have been having some kind of party in there. But it didn't say Marines and this and that. It just wound up being, a whole bunch of Marines. They doing Marine type shit, and you could hear, and waitress talking on these Marines, throwing a party or whatever. So this one guy holding his girlfriend's hand walked past where we were standing. This is back when jukeboxes had the CDs in them. So we're standing in front of the jukebox with the CDs in it in the club. And guy stops and he looks me up and down like two or three times while he's just standing still right in front of my face. So I turn away and I look at Haywood and I say, "What's wrong with him?" Haywood leans over my shoulder and said, "Boy, whatever you did, God, you better go apologize. Because out of everybody in here, God sent you over here to mess with us. Well, you better go tell God you're sorry."
Dog.
It was the most fucked up thing I ever heard somebody tell somebody to go and apologize to God for him sending you over here to come fuck with us. He said, I mean, out of everybody in here, God sent you over here to fuck with us. Boy, you have no idea. You better go apologize to God, tell him you sorry for whatever the fuck you did.
Dude, that dude was crazy for saying shit like that shit all the time, dude.
Always.
The most
Always.
insane. Like, where you get that shit from, bruh?
The shit he says, man, just like, man, it's so many just crazy shit that he say. You know, he get to talking about women. Man, I met one man, she was freaking in the blue fog with green shoes and orange trench coat. You sitting there imagine the fucking blue frog with green shoes and orange trench coat. Most of all, the frog's supposed to be green. You know, not blue.
Not blue. Yeah.
But he got on green shoes. The orange trench coat. Where you get the orange trench coat from? The frog. But we're not talking about the frog. This is the girl that's freaking.
Yeah,
right?
it's the freaking bro. Nah, dude, that dude was fucking hilarious. I remember, I forgot what tournament was at. I don't think that was the tournament where I choked the dude out. Was he at that tournament? That was just me and you at that tournament. When the bitches tried to jump you.
At that tournament.
Oh, I think he came after that. But whatever fucking tournament we was at, bro. I think you was fighting, and I think that was that same tournament because I think he came later that day. No, we got kicked out that bitch. Never mind, it's not the same one because we got kicked out.
We got kicked out of that tournament. Yeah, let's leave.
Yeah. Dude, that I'll never forget that shit, bro. Like, you fighting this dude and y'all get to scrapping, and this little motherfucker just runs up like a little mosquito. And I'm like, I know this bitch see me, my big ass standing here holding this fucking camera. And it's like a mosquito, and he started punching you, and I'm like, he ain't even hitting you hard enough to hurt you. But I'm like, bitch, you're not gonna hit my boy.
I didn't know he was hitting me until you grabbed him.
Man, I snatched that motherfucker up, put him in a chokehold, and was holding him and holding a fucking camera, recording the shit at the same time. Them bitches, you should have saw the look on them people's faces when I snatched his ass. It was like, holy shit. He snatched this motherfucker like a sack of potatoes. And then I was holding his ass off the ground. Up in the air.
Ground.
Yeah. And by his neck.
That was at the Radisson.
Mm-hmm.
When that used to be open.
But anyway, it was one of them fucking tournaments, bro. I think it might have been one in the gymnasium. I can't remember. I remember the gym, and I remember it was a guy from Blue Line. Blue Line had this fast ass dude that had like hazel brown eyes or hazel green eyes, and then they had Snag. I remember Snag. You remember Snag?
Mm-hmm. I know exactly who you're talking about.
And it was Haywood fighting Snag. You remember that fight? And so,
yeah.
And so Snag hit him and caught him with a hit, like bing. And so they called the point. Then that motherfucker turned around. You know, I had that goofy ass head. He started nodding his head. He's like, I ain't been hit like that in a minute. Watch this, bitch. Watch this, bitch. Hold on. Man, that motherfucker turned around. It was bing, 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 bing. It was like point, break.
I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do that no more. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Nigga said, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna do that no more. Yeah, bro, that shit was hilarious.
I remember that. He bowed out after that. You had to hit him too many times too hard. He said, after that, that's fucked up. I shouldn't have did that. Crazy. It's too late to apologize.
But you done beat this man up. And bro, the dude just caught him with a good, clean shot. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like the dude cheated. And that nigga turned around, he started nodding his head like, oh, okay, bitch, that's how we doing it? Man, he fucked that dude up. I was like, oh, my God. Bro. That dude was fucking hilarious, bro. Like, every aspect of his life. And anytime you talk to that dude, bro, that dude was fucking hilarious. Every aspect of his life was fucking entertaining and crazy all at the same time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. All of it, man. Everything about him. You want to hear some crazy shit? He was such a fucking fast thinker. That's the part about him now. Like, he was a fast thinker. The craziest moment I remember from him, his wife, when he was married, his wife came up to him and said, Haywood, I found this condom in your truck. He said, where you found that at? She said, in the back seat. He said, well, you need to talk to the motherfucker that ride in the back because I drive. And I was so fucking speechless, like, what? He said, I told her, yeah, ain't mine. I drive the truck. Whoever the fuck ride in the back, that's their shit. I was just like, I was fucking done.
Bruh.
Who ride in the fucking back? He said, I don't know. All kind of fucking people getting in all my truck. I don't take names. Wow. Really? How you come back from that?
You can't come back from that shit, bruh. What the fuck you gonna say? Is the shit so
It's
logical?
inside the truck. You ain't denying you found it in the truck. Okay, well, I drive. The motherfucker that's in the back, you gotta talk to them about that. Wow. Really? And it worked.
Yeah, it worked, bruh. Dude, that dude.
And it
Man.
was fucking on spot thinking. Like, that was his response.
I think that's why he survived so long, bro, dealing with this shit because that
He
motherfucker was a
outthought
genius.
motherfuckers, man. He
That motherfucker was a
outthought them.
genius. He was a
He
fucking
outthought
genius,
them.
bro.
I remember one time when it was like really after him trying to kill him, and he passed a certain area and he already knew what the car looked like. He stopped in the middle of the street a block away and just sat there. And he literally sat there saying, you want me, you're going to have to come to me head on. You're not going to catch me as I pass. And he said, I sat in the street for about 3 minutes. Just waiting. And when they figured out that I knew I saw them, and they figured out that he was sitting there waiting on them, in the middle of a busy street. This wasn't a back neighborhood street. This is a main two-way, stoplight having road, street, Cars going around him. He just sat in the middle of the street in his car.
Like, bitch,
Looking
come
at
get
him.
me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
you
bitch,
got to
come
come
get
over
me.
here. That's what he said. He said, you
I
got to
got
come down
something
here.
for
I'm
you.
not coming down there. Motherfucker's so crazy. He said, you can't run and shoot at the same time. Bitch, come on. That's the kind of shit that he said. Yeah, just made it fucking unique. Like, how you fight this motherfucker? You can't think like him.
No, you
He
can't
already
think like
telling
him.
you gonna run and shoot because he coming forward.
Right. And he gonna dump on your fucking ass.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, I never forget that nigga was talking about homegirl. Nigga was like, man, that bitch wanted to fight, and I saw her pinching her fucking ass. I was just like,
Right.
oh, man, this nigga
So
here
you ever
so
pinched a
stupid.
bitch? You ever pinched a bitch so hard, so many times that you can't even do nothing? You ain't hitting her. You just pinching her. You can't tell if I'm playing or if I mean it.
And you can't say I abused your ass either, bitch.
No.
Officer, I just pinched her. Fuck. Duh, that dude was wild as shit, bro.
All the way wild. All the way turned up, all the way off the chain.
I would have loved for me, you, him, and Michael Ja to hang out, bro. That would have been the shit
That's
right
who I
there.
was trying to get. That's who I was trying to get to hang out. His ass wasn't around
Bruh.
when this dude was around. Funny as a shit.
Dude, talk
Shit,
about.
Mike call you funny, man.
Yeah, bro. I need when he come in town, I'ma holler at him. Mike cool as shit, dude. But I'm telling you, if it would have been the four of us, bro, talk about some fucking crazy
Talking
shit.
about fun. You
Oh
remember
man.
when we was there, Mike talking about how you threw his shoe and shit?
No, bro, that nigga, we in the club, that nigga threw his shoe. Bro, that was the craziest shit, bro.
Hey.
We sitting in VIP, and that nigga Mike said, he said, watch this. And he called me, watch this, funny man. You think you funny? Watch this, funny man. If I throw my shoe, one of these hoes gonna bring my shoe back. I'm like, this nigga tripping, dog. You ain't no bitch gonna bring your shoe, nigga. That motherfucker threw his shoe.
You lost your shoe. What?
Man, like, hold on, what,
He got
nigga?
it
Oh, bruh.
in New Orleans?
Bitch brought him
The
his
fucking
shoe.
shoe back at you.
Yeah, I'm thinking somebody gonna throw the shoe back at this bitch. Brought him his shoe. I'm like, no, dog. And then I was fucking with that motherfucker that night on the dance floor. Man, that motherfucker kicked at me so
Oh, when
quick,
he raised his leg and kicked?
bruh.
Yeah,
I
I remember
didn't. All I saw was that nigga leg move. I said, oh, I'm leaving you alone. That
that.
motherfucker
Right.
started
It
laughing.
was too
I said,
fast.
Oh, I'm leaving you alone,
And he
Mike.
put
Get
this
your
in a
ass away
dance
from me.
move. He acted like he was dancing. He threw the kick. He's like, oh, hey, man.
Yeah, get your ass from around me with that kind of Bruce Lee, Black Jet Li bullshit. Get the fuck.
All the way.
And I think that's why that motherfucker started calling me funny man. Cause I talk shit.
Funny
We was
man.
dancing with bros. I'm just talking shit. Girl, you saw that motherfucker try and kick me. I couldn't even see his motherfucking leg move. I saw that. Yeah, it was fucking black ass Bruce Lee ass motherfucker.
Right.
Fucking ignorant, bro. Ignorant. I I've been doing the story, the Onk story, talking about some of the encounters with him, and it's amazing, dude. I realize, and you probably can vouch for this. I realize that most people don't really live life. You know what I'm saying? They ain't did like foundation room. They ain't did like VIP sections. They ain't never did none of that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I realize how unique our life has been, and how exciting our life has been compared to most people's lives. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy that we had the time we had with our friends, and it's a fucking fucked up shit that happened, but it's still, I'm happy that we had the time to spend with people that we care about like that and enjoy those moments, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
in the way we enjoyed it, you know, whether it's going to fucking
Oh,
Silky's with his crazy ass or wherever the fuck we went, you know what I'm saying?
right. I mean, bringing it back to Oak, man, like when the fuck we went to Shreveport and I had to dance, and these women they booked they booked the penthouse of this casino hotel out in Shreveport. And when he walked in the room with me, as you know, we setting up and the lady showing us where everything is before the event and before the show, and you know, just getting us settled in. There was a tub that was in the floor, kind of like with in Scarface. And
Right,
Tony
yeah, like that
Montana was in the
in-floor
tub, in the
jacuzzi.
floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, in floor tub jacuzzi. So they had one of those. The only difference was it set up a little bit above the floor and dropped into the floor, but it's definitely in the floor. You
Hmm.
know, it's not level with the floor, but it's set up a little high. Um, so we walk in and he see it, man, y'all got a jacuzzi in the floor. Oh man, I got to do it. He took all his clothes off right there in front of the women, turned the water on, put the soap in the water to make bubbles, the shampoo, and just start taking a bath. Y'all want to come in here? It's nice up in here, man. I ain't never been to nothing like this with no floor, with no top floor. Come on, they got enough space, and they're looking like, what the fuck? I mean, this dude really did that shit.
Bruh.
I'm standing there like, what the fuck? Like, bro, you just took all your shit off,
Right in front of these strangers. And then
and
just
we
got
still
your
gotta
ass in them.
leave, and you don't even know them. But you in the tub, you're not just naked. I could take the naked part, but you're in the tub and telling them, come on,
With bubbles, motherfucker. What is wrong
with
with you?
bubbles. What? He definitely made you ask, who the fuck does that?
Bruh, all the time. Like, who the fuck says that? Who the fuck does that shit, man? That
Man,
shit, that
so
that's
many
a
fucking
crazy
stories.
ass dude, bro. And I'm talking about him in presence tense, like he's still here. But that was some crazy ass shit, bro. Like
Every
on a
time
whole
was an
nother level.
adventure.
Every fucking time. Every time you was with him, every time you talked to him, you went on a fucking adventure. And then they had the
That
spells where you don't
motherfucker
hear nothing
told
from
me,
him, and then you hear from him. He called with all kind of crazy shit. Next time you talk to him, you know what I'm saying?
oh yeah, that motherfucker told me how him and the girl he was messing with at one time took ecstasy together and stayed inside like all weekend. They were playing games and cards and just having fun, chilling. Well, they took ecstasy together, and he said we wound up eating each other booty for an hour. I was like, I told that motherfucker, I said, next time you see yourself, walk the other way. When you see yourself coming, I want you to walk the other way.
Yeah, next time you look in the mirror, bruh, you need to have a conversation with your fucking self. Cause you on
You
some old
really
next
do.
level shit. Man,
You
that's
really
just
do.
crazy, bro. Like you really need help with that kind of crazy shit. The only other person that would say some shit like that is Shell, but them two motherfuckers that say crazy shit like that. And not even
Hmm.
say do crazy shit, not say do. Both them motherfuckers is on some
Right.
other shit. That boy Shell be like, yeah, man, I was with my old lady last night, and so for the first time we used the butt plug, and the butt plug was amazing, nigga, nigga,
What?
nigga. Go sit down. You like nigga, go sit down. Go sit down. Get away from me, nigga. Go sit down. He'll say, Shelby said that
All the
shit in
fucking
front of
way.
everybody, bro.
All the fucking way.
All the way. He didn't care. He would say it in front of a whole crowded room of people. I like my butthole played with a little bit. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's more nerves in your booty holding in it. Like, bruh.
Way too much information.
Well, you don't went way too far, bro. Sit down somewhere. You know what I'm saying? And
Way
no
too much.
shame at all. That's the unique thing about those. And I think it's because they so damn intelligent, bro. Honestly, I really think it. You know how motherfuckers is too smart for their own fucking good. They get bored. Like it's like a life is like a video game for them motherfuckers, and it's on the easy level. And it's like, man, I'm bored. I'm just gonna fuck with people and do shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right, right.
Mess with everybody head because they know everybody else is in this box of what they think and believe, and they like, no, bitch, I'm just gonna take this hammer and break your box. Boom. Now what you gonna do?
It's done.
Yeah. Now what you gonna do? That's it for the sample, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you are a member of the website and you've heard this story, then you know you stuff sounds familiar to you. You know what I'm saying? It sounds real fucking familiar to you. And we go a little bit further in this interview. Well, we go a hell of a lot further in this interview in the things that happen. Um, it's a damn good interview, but it's one of those interviews that that shit can't be on YouTube, man. YouTube would freak out over the rest of what we're about to say. So, if you're a member, head on over, check it out. If you're not a member, I'm telling you, like the whole Dogman, Bigfoot, Siege Lock and Ranch, 46 years, it's good content. You know what I'm saying? It really is, and it's true content. Ain't none of that's made up. But this is that shit right here. You know what I'm saying? This that shit that you ain't gonna hear nowhere else. It's not gonna be structured the way it is. And if somebody did do something like this, it'll be all lies. It ain't no truth to it. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the real deal. So go check it out. It's your boy Dark Waters, and I'm out of here.